Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be telling you why it is I believe a breakout for Polygon, or previously known as Matic, is imminent. Not only is it imminent, I believe June, July, and the future looks very bright for Polygon. Now, what really provoked me to make this video was I've had a lot of people asking me about this project, asking me to review it. We called this project out when it was round about 36 cents. So it's done nearly a 5x since then. And there's something setting up in the chart, certainly on the 4-hourly, that I believe looks very promising. We're going to talk about that in this video. Ultimately, what happens with Matic into the future is largely correlated to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin had this dump here, you can see that Matic was absolutely not immune to it and sold off very severely. We actually managed to pick up some Matic at these lower kind of ranges. Matic isn't one of my largest holdings. However, it is one of my holdings. It's one of the altcoins we've given you a number of heads up on in regards to perhaps picking up. And ultimately, I think Matic still has a lot to offer. We're going to go into why that is in this video. So first of all, let me just quickly recap. Let's take a look at where Polygon is today. Polygon is set at $1.83. It's still down 17.9% on the weekly and only has a market cap of $11.6 trillion. And I believe the demand for Polygon is continuing to grow. I keep calling it Matic and then Polygon. I keep switching between them. They were called Matic, I believe, up till the 31st of February. They rebranded from Matic Network to Polygon in February this year. So why is it that I believe we are going to see a breakout? Well, we're going to cover that in just a second. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's talk about exactly what Matic is and why the demand for it is going to continue to grow. We're going to talk about some Ethereum news and why this is actually bullish for Polygon. So, essentially, Polygon is an Ethereum scaling solution. They are an infrastructure service, essentially. We know that Ethereum, in its current state, is not scalable. We see that with the high gas fees, the long transaction times, etc., etc., etc. Polygon makes transactions pretty much instant. It also makes them very, very cost efficient. And how it does this is by essentially breaking up the data on Ethereum. So instead of having to go through the whole Ethereum ledger in order to validate a transaction, it breaks it up and really allocates data to where it needs to be using things like side chains. It uses something that Vitalik spoke about and kind of engineered himself called Plasma. It's very, very ingenious. This isn't an in-depth technical guide on the project. This is just, a kind of update on where we're at with it and why we think it's going to have a couple of good months, all depending on Bitcoin. Now, I spoke to or certainly I spoke to the subscribers of my channel and my frequent watchers yesterday about how I believe Bitcoin had bottomed. It does look like we are or have bottomed. It's very much too early to tell, but I took a kind of punt and said, look, I believe we've gone through an ABC correction, and this bull run was going to get back in full swing, guys. I do believe that is how things are going to play out. I could be 100% wrong. If that is the case, I believe Matic is going to have a very promising couple of months. Matic has partners like... keep switching between Matic and Polygon, so I hope you all understand that they're the same thing. Essentially, Polygon has a lot of partners. It has partners with Chainlink, Aave, a lot of the DeFi space, and the reason being for this is because it's just, it's scalable. Some of these DeFi projects wouldn't be able to work without a solution like Polygon. And, this came out today. This was even Vitalik Buterin is surprised at just how long Ethereum 2 is taking. So Ethereum won't really be that scalable. Yes, we do have the London hard fork, which is going to help with Ethereum scalability and more so, give us more of a stable gas price and actually make Ethereum more of a deflationary on the kind of economic side of things asset. But ultimately, Ethereum 2 is still a while off, in my opinion. Vitalik is essentially in this article saying that we thought it would take 1 year to do proof of stake, but it actually has taken 6 years. If you're doing complex things that you think will take a while, it's actually very likely to take more time. That's absolutely correct. So the demand for this, in my opinion, is going to stay around for a while. It's one of the only projects, I believe, to come out of India. So well done, India, with these three gentlemen here. I'm not going to try and pronounce their names because I will butcher them. However, I think that there is a very promising future, at least to the kind of short to mid-term for Matic. And essentially, if we look at what's happening right here, guys, when you're kind of you're capitulation, and the longer we capitulate for is going to lead to a breakout, in my opinion. You can already see quite clearly on this chart that it is not immune to Bitcoin's kind of magnet. However, it is, look at the strength on this, guys. Ultimately, it's made a very snappy V-shaped recovery, which shows to me that there's real demand. And when we talk about capitulation, let me just take you to another area where we did capitulate. And this is essentially what I think is coming for Polygon. You capitulate and then you break out. Usually, certainly in a project that's already to date shown this much strength with its kind of snapback rally, shows that there's a real interest, a real demand for this project, and it is going to, in my opinion, have a very good couple of months. If you compound that with the fact that Bitcoin's looking like it's about to start recovering, and the entire market is really going to recover with that, where it is today and where it could potentially be with the demand continuing to grow, like I say, you have some really great partners with this blockchain. And then, if you sort of look at the fact that Ethereum isn't going to be a scalable blockchain for a while, essentially, without these layer 2 solutions like Polygon. So right now, guys, I think you have the perfect storm setting up. We're watching a number of things. Let's zoom out on some time frames to kind of give you more of a broad overview from a kind of charting perspective on where we're at. So let's go to a daily, and then let's go to a weekly to wrap this video up. You can see, wow, I mean, look at the strength of that, guys. I actually think the whole crypto space is going to do a similar thing to this. Just Matic is a little bit ahead of that curve. We've already said that altcoins, not only are they somewhat decoupling from Bitcoin, but they are very much leading the way in some respects. Bitcoin takes a little bit more to move than something perhaps like Matic, but ultimately, could potentially follow the same sort of ordeals. So that is your daily. The daily looks fine. You're above these. You can see on the daily you do have a little bit of resistance taking place that you have broken through on a wick, but we like to see the sort of candle body close, so we won't know how this kind of plays out. Let's make that a little bit thicker for you. This level here at your sort of $1.84 range, it's a little bit lower than that. It's more like, around about that range is you can see you have a lot of support and resistance here. You have lots of areas of support and resistance for Matic around about this area. Let's take a look at a weekly before we wrap this up. Yeah, it just looks great, guys. I mean, it really does. It's you're not getting too much information here, but it's a relatively new project, and it has a real promising future. If you go to their website on Polygon, it was previously Matic Network up until February. It's essentially telling you what they're all about, and they're secure, they're scalable. I'm a big fan of this project. It's not my largest holding in my portfolio, however, it is definitely a holding of mine that I plan on keeping certainly for a while, if not into the future. I have lots of people ask me about Polygon, and they actually don't even understand that it is an Ethereum scaling solution. It's not necessarily. In some respects it is, but when you get down to the kind of tech, it's not a smart contract blockchain in the kind of sense that something like Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, Polkadot, all these other projects are. It's really heavily based on being an Ethereum scaling solution, and heavily based on, they are going to become, I think they're going to become anyway, sort of cross-chain, but they are really an Ethereum scaling solution. But big things are going to come. Mark Cuban is a big investor in this project. You have a lot going on for Matic, and ultimately, like I say, the longer that Ethereum takes to kind of roll out their ETH2, the more demand is going to get pent up, because people are going to continue to build on Ethereum, DeFi is going to continue to grow on Ethereum, and ultimately this is going to increase the demand for Polygon. So I'm very bullish on this project. We did call it out a while ago. We've only made like a 5x on it. And I expect much more. In that video, we said we were going to make about 1,100%. We still think that is on the table. We're nearly halfway there, and we still think we have that other half to come. And that would kind of coincide with this kind of second half of the bull run that I believe we are about to see. So that's really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. Very bullish on Matic, very bullish on the overall crypto space. For those of you who subscribe to the channel, you will know that. If you've enjoyed this video, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. I want to know your feedback. It's crucial to the growth of this channel. And hopefully, I will see you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and have a fantastic day.